The concept of an animal developing powers and becoming a superhero is nothing new in animation. There was of course Mighty Mouse, who was introduced in the 1940s, the classic Underdog show from the 60s, and recently the DC League of Super Pets movie. However, there's still potential in taking this familiar premise and doing something new and fun with it. Charlie the Wonderdog gives it a game try, and a few creative moments peek out. However, the story never quite finds momentum, and the problems Charlie has to resolve never become particularly exciting. What results is a fairly standard animated feature with little to make it stand out from the pack. The movie throws a lot at you in the beginning as it sets up the characters. At times it even feels like the film will go in a surprisingly poignant direction as we see Charlie getting older, and you start to wonder if the story's heading someplace darker and more serious. We do get a sense of the bond he has with his owner Danny and their genuine support for each other. Then all of a sudden aliens are thrown into the mix, and that's when things take a turn. While the designs are a little inspired, the antics are not all that funny and represent the typical style of humor that will be featured in the rest of the movie. Owen Wilson brings a bit of life when voicing Charlie, but after gaining superpowers, the character does not become all that interesting. Then there's the main villain of the movie. This cat is more annoying than funny, and his plan for world domination is an odd one. So many of the scenes involve him yammering away, and he becomes a disappointing foe for Charlie. The movie tries to include some political commentary with a slightly deranged American president obsessed with her public image, but those scenes end up more bizarre than actually funny or biting. For a movie about a superhero dog, the scenes of him saving people are largely confined to the occasional montage. When we get some fight scenes, they become a lot of noise, and it's difficult to care much about whether he will defeat the cat or not. While most of the jokes fall flat, a few clever moments do pop up on occasion. There's a hilarious moment where Charlie explains the ethical issues of AI, which definitely feels like filmmakers inserting their own views on the topic, which is very much appreciated. A little kitten who suddenly gains the ability to talk also provides amusement as she longs to be fed. Little moments like that make one wish the rest of the film approached that level of wit instead of going for easy, tired gags. Charlie the Wonderdog is a harmless enough animated escapade, but the story just does not take flight. There's not a lot to Charlie beyond his appetite, and the film lacks a strong villain for him to fight. The movie does have some creative character designs, and the animation from the team at Icon is passable enough, with the characters moving in all kinds of ways. It's at strongest when showing the connection between Charlie and Danny, and there is a genuine attempt to tap into the emotional bond people have with their dogs. There's just not as many funny or exciting moments as hoped for with this premise.